Hey guys, it's me again. Not quite sure what the hell happened with that last video. Took I made sure I got the right video that I was uploading. It took about 20 minutes to upload and then another 10 or 15 minutes to process it, so it all looked like it was going right. But who knows. Anyhow, covered a lot of crap in that one, and I'm home now and not in front of the computer at work, so I really can't show you. I had done some calculations and stuff, just a couple of things like nerdy like I like to do. Anyhow, first off, Red Tony, thanks for the comments. Maybe some of the stuff could be odd, I don't know. But the guy that did did the bow setup for me and also picked out the arrows for me, his son just won some broadhead challenge, some local competition out here in Southern California. So I get the feeling that both he's the one that owns the place and his son was the one that just did the shooting. I'll guess that he knows what he's doing. And as far as what he picked for the arrows, this happens to be an Easton STXL 400. Well, I don't know if that's backwards or not, but anyway, it's 8.6 grams per inch, I assume is what that means. Anyway, we looked up everything. Said this is a 50 to 60 pound bow, and I've got a 28-inch draw. So he looked up the numbers and said, okay, you need this much of a spine on it. So I trust that he knows what he's doing. He did all the alignment for the. It's not a whisker biscuit. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on a second. It's a hostage. It's kind of like, it's got like 3 brush heads on it, or 3 toothbrushes on it that keep it aligned. And he also did the initial alignment on the sight and on the peephole, whatever you call it. So I'll trust that he knows what he's doing, but I've learned enough in the past that just because someone acts like they know what they're doing doesn't necessarily mean they do. But anyway, so we'll see. I mean, it's possible that the shooting was the problem with the arrow in the bow, but more than likely it's operator error, just because mainly prior to this I hadn't shot a bow in probably 20 years, and I've only shot a compound bow a handful of times prior to that. And if you noticed in the video, even like I called, right after I shot, I said, put that one high. Even though when I looked at the arrows later on, I said, oh, I thought it was to the right. But anyways, I called that one high. And I mean a group about 2.5, 3 inches at 20 yards. I'll deal with that, at least for right now. One thing I did notice is, if you guys probably noticed, I was shooting low and left. I'm still working on trying to get this thing sighted in. But a big part of it is I just got to get my arms and shoulders built up strong enough to be able to stand there holding this thing. I've never been a good offhand shooter in terms of rifles. I'm used to bipod or supported shooting. So it's going to be a matter of me getting some exercise and some repetitive work on it. That'll probably be the biggest deal. I don't remember in that last video whether or not they were there or not, but I've had a number of shots where I've got 2 arrows literally laying right up against each other. So I'm getting there. Maybe in about another 2 weeks or so I'll actually have enough experience and stuff to say how things are. I know I'm still a little low and left overall, but good enough for now. One thing, Lambdog, you mentioned you're going to put up some stuff about shooting on paper. If I remember, I'll try to put down, or if I can find it, I think it was archerymagazine.com or some archery forums. There's a guy that does a whole bunch of different setup and commentary on how to do your hunting bow. He had mentioned doing some paper, dialing your bow in on paper, and he had mentioned actually that your bow should shoot the same target or using the same pip at 10 yards and at 20 yards, and I don't get that. One of the things I did when I was on the previous videos, I did the math, and there is a difference in drop between 10 yards and 20 yards, and it works out like it's a quarter. Well, gravity's 32 feet per second if you cared for geeky shit like that. and the flight time is about 0.12 seconds for 10 yards and 0.25 seconds for 20 yards. And if you just do the math, it's 1/2 AT squared is how much something falls in that period of time, and 32 feet per second is the fall, is how fast it falls. And it works out about a quarter foot for 10 yards and 11 inches at 20 yards, the difference in how much it falls. Now, if you tinker with your sights, you can actually get it, you theoretically can get them so that you don't have to adjust, or you don't have to change to a different pip to shoot 10 yards and 20 yards, but that seems odd to me that it would do that. And I know the way the bow is adjusted right now, I definitely have two different, I need to use two of the different dots to align for 10 yards and 20 yards. So just curious on that. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say about that. Overall, I have to say though, considering the fact I haven't picked up a bow in so long and have very little experience with a compound, this thing shoots like a frickin' dream. It's not cheap, but then again, it's not like one of the Matthews or something like that. It's not $1,000 for the bow, but it's like 630 bucks. But that's completely set up. That comes with hand rest, the string stop, the slide, the bullet rest, the scope, and the peep, as well as it's got dampers on it here, and here. Bowtech calls it their RAK Ready Aim Kill Kit. I guess that sounds cool and all that stuff, but I just keep thinking, if we're trying to get other people into shooting bows or into the guns and whatnot, having the name Kill in the name of the product we're looking to sell just seems kind of counterproductive. But then again, what do I know? I'm not into bow hunting. So anyhow, appreciate it, guys. I'll keep you posted on it, how things go. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. It also has the stabilizer up front. That came with it. I'm curious to see what you have to say, Lamb Dog, about that, the Whisker Biscuit. I've heard a lot of pretty good things about it. Curious, what bow do you have anyway? So, anyhow, I'll talk to you guys later, and have fun.